Hello, YouTube, and welcome to Daytona for the Gatorade Duels here at Daytona. And alongside me, once again, as he has been for the entire week, is Stephen Pod III.
Oh, guys, I'm still here.
On starting lineup today, set by the single car runs back on Sunday. So Jack James, our pole sitter for the second straight year, and for the second straight year, will lead the field down here in Duel 1. He starts alongside Paul Swanson. The next three drivers here locked into the field on speed, but they can improve their starting spot today by racing their way in. The other ones being Chris Wilson and Henry Sanford. Row 3 has JT Bryant, Pretty Shaw. Row 4, Ryan George and Carter Joey. Amy Shelley and Charles Sanford make up row number 5. No one in this field other than those in on speed are locked in, and I'll hand it over to Steven for his thoughts and predictions.
So, kind of a trend we've been seeing only one caution last year, but no cautions as the new dual rules from last year. So it's going to be interesting. 10 more laps than last year. So in the last two dual races and two 500, we've only had two cautions actually. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens. We have two former Daytona 500 winners in the field. Our final row, I'm going to stop right now.
Drivers, start your engines!
Okay, command has been given. Field should roll off here shortly.
So like I was saying, so the top 14 or 15 with Jack, depending where Jack James is, make the 500. It's racing it in the largest field. It's going to be a lot of DNQs. That's why we're doing more spots with speed and stuff, which that's more for Charles Forte to go over.
That's actually the same. It's the same Daytona 500 qualifying format that we had last year. It's just there's more cars.
More cars and stuff. So a lot of new teams. We have a lot to talk about here. More laps to try to give the teams more chance to move up with so many cars, because you want to try to give everybody a chance. And we got Jack James, second year in a row. Last year, during the green-white check, he actually parked the car, not to crash. He doesn't have that luxury this year with no cautions. Doesn't seem like we're going to have a wreck, but you never know. More rookie drivers than we've had before, and some inconsistencies could lead up there. But exactly like I mentioned with Paul Swanson starting second.
Well, we'll have to wait and see what Jack James' strategy is going to be. Obviously, the only driver in this field who has their starting spot locked is the 8 of Jack James. So as long as he keeps the car in one piece, he will be starting the Daytona 500 from pole position. We'll be right back for the start of this race, though, as they make their piece laps. And here we go. Field coming off turn number 4. I misunderstood what he said. You know what? My winning prediction, I'm going to go with Duncan to win Duel 1 here.
I got an upset. I got Noah Sewell based on the 09's stats and from the last few years of the Super Speedways.
As coming to the trioval, Duel 1 is green.
First official race, second official race of the 09 season underway. And man, Jack James has got a rocket.
Good start, good jump there for Jack James. That's going to allow Paul Swanson to be able to fall in line wherever he wants. 3 wide already for 5th between Carter Joey, Pretty Shaw, and JT Bryant.
So as we've seen here, we have no caution in this race. That's for the 500. Trying to see how they come down here with these cars. More of a packed race than the Duels last year, and in 07 was the same way. See if they're kind of breaking away as the surface for this track is wary.
As up front, it's Paul Swanson who's taking the lead already. Here comes Henry Sanford.
Gonna watch out for that 14 to 15 spot majority of the race. There's a lot of guys who are trying to get into the field here. Whoa, Joel Swanson.
Well, we'll pay attention as we get far closer to that lap 30 mark. But for right now, it's Henry Sanford who will lead lap 1 with help from Carter Joey behind him.
Yeah, the 83 car finished 13th in the 500 last year with Time Paula, trying to show a good showing here. 19 car won an SS race, is 70 to 12 losing the pack.
Well, they're kind of hanging out back here. That's Sam Schluter, Mitchell Collins, Delon Ebrahimian at the back of the pack. Didn't take long as well for Robert Pollard to fall back here either.
Yeah, the 12's trying to use the force as the way is up to the front of the pack. Got Transformers there.
3 wide back up here,
this is
though,
dangerous.
right around the transfer spot. RJ Reynolds working his way up to the front.
And this is the inexperience about some of these drivers knowing when to back off here. Oh, Lord Jesus.
Many rows of 3 as they come to the trioval. Once again, that time it's Ryan George who leads at the stripe.
Runciman Racing. Here comes Charles.
3 wide for the race lead here in Duel 1.
Hey, Charles, take it easy, man.
That time around, transfer spot was the 27 of Steve Pollard.
That's wild. That got to be a big wreck.
That's one of our past champions there in the middle. We have 2 of the 3 past champions in this duel. And unfortunately for both past champions in this duel, the past champion that holds the PC provisional, if needed,
Don't do it, Sewell. Don't do it.
I was gonna say the guy who has it first dibs on it basically is the 41 of Tim Randolph, who's in Duel 2.
Well, the caution last year, we saw the 22, which is the 64 this year, crash in the wall. 64, great run on that high side.
3 wide for the lead. It's Charles Sanford in
Every
the middle,
car's in
Ryan
the pack.
George up high.
If there's a wreck, it's going to take everybody.
Well, if there's a wreck up front, it's going to take out
that's
everyone.
going to wreck everybody.
Looks like William Duncan was in the transfer spot, although Jack
nuts.
James is falling closer to it.
15 miles per
In
hour.
fact, actually, that's
Faster
Henry
defense.
Sanford up in the wall. Jack James
How did he
gave
save
plenty
that?
of room.
Yeah, good save by Henry. We saw Alexander Road do that in the 07 500. Oh, no.
As off turn 4, somehow keeping it going in the right direction. It's Diego Yepes now leading the field at Daytona.
You see right up there, there's the 09 car coming to the front. Third in the 500,
And
won this dual race last year.
Note, Jack James outside the top 15, meaning the transfer spot that last time around was the 24 of Dylan Young.
If I have a starting park future, I'm putting the 8 car on it because they want to get out of this mess.
Well, fortunately, we don't have that.
Yeah, look at the row of underfunded cars and then just some Hendrick cars in the bottom. Cars in the
Chris
fence.
Wilson nearly up in the wall. They're up through turns
were.
3 and 4.
Here comes the 02 car, new driver behind the wheel. I don't remember off the top of the head who it is.
Which number?
02.
That is Brett Moma in the 02.
How
Paul
could I forget
Swanson in the middle, 3 wide.
Now remember, it's good they're doing 200. Oh my God.
I think that one you got was a little bit more scared than I did because of the screen freeze.
Yeah, the 09 chopped the third. Paul Swanson got some experience in the lower series. That helped him out. He's not a true rookie like Sewell is.
As Charles Sanford going for the race lead again, that USBC Chevy, but doesn't have the help. Yepes clears back in front. So does Ryan George in the 64.
It's pretty cool to see all lanes working because Ryan George was trapped up to the high side. Now he's drifting down. So it looks like track. Here he goes.
And George wants the race lead. Last time around, it was William Duncan in the transfer spot.
Oh my God. I don't know how we're green.
Multiple rows of 3. George now leads at Daytona.
Yeah, Yepes in the 77. I don't know. I remember if the 77 made the race last year, but here comes the 34 car on the bottom side. They finished second in the D&Q race to draw the Zora line last year.
As Winnie Calhoun trying to make their Cup Vanilla Cup Series debut. Many drivers trying to do it here.
Brett Mulva's got less than 10 starts, but you wouldn't guess it with his 2 career wins. Here he comes. Oh, God. RJ Reynolds, what are you doing, mate?
Well, RJ trying to follow the 0-2 as much as he can down in that bottom line. Dylan Young trying to come up to the front. It was the 31 again in that transfer spot up on the outside line, though. Here comes the 48 up towards the transfer spot.
What's going to happen is I see the drivers, they're revving out at 198 to 200. As the tires wear, you're not going to be able to hold that, so drivers are going to slide up. So this is realistic really much.
As
Charles,
Daniel Bouchard, Robert Pollard hanging out at the back of the field.
But you know what? That's smart strategy. There's a big pile up. Well, Robert Pollard just plow in. But, you know, they can maybe miss it.
As here comes Charles Sanford with help from fellow Chevy Winnie Calhoun. Can they get the run down the back? No, in fact, Sanford decides he wants to block that yellow line. That's a smart call.
Yeah, a lot of white cars in the first 4 spots. Oh my God, this is what I'm talking about, inexperienced.
As Calhoun can't quite decide what line they wanted to be in, Brett Moma fills a hole to the inside.
3 Hendrick cars in the bottom, but it might be 3 cars in the fence by the way they're moving around. 200 miles per hour, just sticking around that 198 to 202 mile per hour bracket. They're around the rev limit, they're hard.
As there's just too many rows of 3 now to say. As it's Ryan George still leading the field. He loves what he's seeing in his rearview mirror because he knows he can't be in it right now.
Seriously, the transfer spot is the 13 of Paul Swanson right now, but he's on speed.
Current, is it?
The 8 car's out of this pack. Well,
the never mind. Yeah, of it, so right now it's actually Alexander Rowe that last time around.
So it's 14. Okay, now I get what you're saying there.
Top 14 other than the pole sitter. So if Jack James is in the top 14, then we take 15.
So right there,
Yepes leads
RJ there. That's to the bottom side. The 02 car.
was the Wilson was the transfer spot that last time around. Brett Moma now to the lead with help from Isaac Flickinger in the cursed 48 car.
The 48 started 32nd. Let me remind you that, too. What a great come through the field for them. The 16 started deep in the field. No, they started 13th.
Rose started deep in the field as well, yeah.
Oh, God. To see the cars drifting up, they're keeping 200, but they're not going to be able to control them. They're going to be a huge crash with someone sliding up. And at the 15, this guy
I don't like what the 43 was doing there. That was close off turn 4.
Roberts completely lost the pack as Bouchard barely hanging on there. The Seth Cole in the middle. That's not Seth Cole. That's the first fail of the video. That's
Austin LaPlante in the 5 in the middle.
Yep, and Roberts got the best strategy right now the way they're racing.
Well, yeah, that or Brett Moma, one or the other.
Yeah, Brett Moma's way ahead. Well, Roberts not too far off, actually.
Yeah,
Jack James is doing pretty good.
He's keeping the draft for what he needs to, but... yeah, not exactly in the pack.
Here comes
either.
Brian James, who finished 3rd in Daytona last year in the Hooter Series, making the jump.
Schluter, who started dead last, he was in the transfer spot the last time around.
Oh, Schluter's, oh my God, they're just moving around so much.
As Abrahamian goes for 2nd.
As you can tell, the time they are moving up, because look at the lap times. Abraham dropping off in pace. Yes.
45-0 the last time compared to their fast lap of a 44.6.
Whoa!
Nick Breeding's in the middle and almost 4 wide here.
Oh my God, the 12 lifted.
Fastest lap of the race is the 44.4. So
it's really good to see some non-true rookies lifting right here, because if there wasn't, they'd be some big ones. Oh my God, this is intense.
As still 3 by 3
throughout
the entire pack.
Yeah, good job by the 15. They started 26th. And, Steve Paul, don't do it, boy.
As coming to the line, Brian James wants the race lead.
He just swung that 23 Toyota to the inside. In real life, this car broke a transmission.
It's a Chevy, isn't it?
I can't even tell. There's no manufacturer logos on.
I'm pretty sure that's a Chevy.
Yeah,
compared to the 70.
Yeah, you can tell what the 70 is.
Oh
my God, blocking.
3. Last time around, Ryan George, one of our race leaders at one point, was in the transfer spot.
And now that's what people that's what Amy Shelley wants to see in Charles, because if he's 14th, they can get on speed.
Well, they want to see the guys who got on speed race their way in. Steve Pollard basically has to think about racing his way in. He doesn't have the speed really to make it in. Can't rely on that past champions provisional either. He's 3rd in line out of the 3.
Yeah, 4 Toyotas on the bottom side lined up with the 12 just heading the pack here.
Ali Nelson, the transfer spot that last time around.
This is crazy. This is going fast, but I mean, it is just, man, on your seat. Holy crap.
As we're 2 laps away.
Oh, never mind.
No, Brian James. We're 2 laps away from halfway. Brett Moma clears out in front of the field.
Still just hovering around 198.20. The tires have not. Wow, Brian James. Wow, Broma.
Brett Moma wanting to show that last year was just a rookie fluke, trying to go and get some momentum early.
Now remember, the 02 car finished 2nd at Thornton, which was kind of an SS and a road course. They were really good on the straights, but lost to Duncan. Wonder if they brought the same car here to the 500 with their sponsorship. Oh, here comes the 16 in a row in that high side. High side's got great momentum.
As looking at the back, yet again, it's the 09, 67 at the back, 75 trailing.
Don't think we'll see pit stops, but I could be wrong.
I'm not expecting pit stops. Field wasn't expecting to have to pit either. We'll have to wait and see.
And, oh my God, if they try to pit, they're going to die. But here comes the 27, still, in the wall.
Yepes kept it off the fence, actually, as they go through 3 and 4. Brett Moma wants the race lead. He's got help from Sam Schluter in the 70.
One of the slowest times in
he had the 70 was the slowest car in qualifying. Has no other way of making this field other than to race his way in. Same for Brett Moma, actually, up in front. We didn't even mention that. The guys who have to... So in this duel, 73, RJ Reynolds, Daniel Bouchard, 67, 71, Kenny Moma, 02, Brett Moma, 55, Mitchell Hodak, 75, Robert Pollard, 15, Nick Breeding, the 06 of Trey Smith.
Oh,
4
my
wide,
God.
I think
I don't know if
4.
Oh,
no, they're back to 3. Okay. As well as Sam Schluter in the 70. Those drivers I mentioned have to race their way in. They do not have any other way into the Daytona 500 other than to finish top 14 in this duel outside of Jack James.
Yeah, oh my God. I thought the 11 was going to die there.
I thought they were 4 wide for a moment. Right now, that last time around, it was Ryan George in the 14th spot.
Don't do it, 0-0.
Or was Jack James back in the top? Oh, Jack James is back in 33rd. That makes absolute sense.
Yeah.
That makes sense. I would not be surprised to see this 8 car just drop off the pack.
And Paul Swanson don't drop off the pack. Well, Paul Swanson wants to get a better starting position. I should say that way.
Well, that's what he has to race for. He doesn't want to have to start necessarily in that 31st spot.
No, you don't. But, man, I just can't believe it. What a great job. And like I said, after 18 laps, still 200 miles per hour. Last year, they were dropping down speed with the tires wearing. This is incredible racing.
As Brian James led the lap, Brett Moma now wants the race lead. 3 wide for 5th.
This is the time of the race last year we saw the caution with Wilson getting turned, I believe, by Jesse Turner. So hopefully that doesn't happen this year.
And it was Mary Shelley in the transfer spot in car 18 the last time around.
That is what Steve Pollard wants to see, ironically getting pushed by Mary.
Well, I mean, Steve is actually in the top 14 as well. So right now, both past champions in this duel would race their way in.
Oh, 71 cars flirting with disaster.
And actually, 18 racing in would not be what some people want to see because the 18 had no pace in qualifying.
Not at all. And the 02 and 23 are putting on a show here. Brett Moma and Brian James.
Not the most experienced drivers in this field, but pace in the field here at Daytona. Mitchell Collins making his way to the front of the field.
I believe he won a race in the 36 last season, so he's not a true rookie.
No, I don't think he did. Well, he's not a true rookie, but I don't think he won a race. As Brian James, once again, going to try and trade the lead with Brett Moma.
I mean, this is great. We're not seeing like the typical back and forth NR pack. We're just seeing the top 2 track position is king here. And look at the pack.
Sam Schluter.
Yeah, but look at the pack right here. They're starting to thin a little bit because of the tire wears. We're looking
4 wide,
3
Kenny
wide.
Moma.
That's not going to work.
That was close. They get back to 3.
How will we alive?
The business starting to pick up. Drivers starting to get desperate.
You gotta do what you gotta do. I mean, crap.
Transfer spot last time around was Pretty Shaw in the 19.
You gotta do what you gotta do to make the 500. It might not be pretty, but you know, it definitely will help your whole season.
As Schluter still trying to go for 2nd.
I'm pretty sure. What, we going to Atlanta next week?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you need to get in the good duel in Atlanta. You got to get your way into this race first. You don't want to be starting the back in Atlanta.
Well, I mean, there's going to be another qualifying session to help kind of decide that too. But either way.
Well, yeah. Anyways, the 70. Here he comes.
10 laps to go. The 75 has lost the draft. 67 is borderline losing it, and the 09 has now dropped to dead last in this pack.
Well, nice jinx by me, but good job by the 70. I don't know. I don't think we expected a first to last challenge. A last to first challenge. I mean, in the duels.
Well, a potential last to first. Last time around, Nick Breeding in the transfer spot.
Steve Pollard says time to go with Mary.
Pollard makes the move on Hamill as Schluter trying to go for the race lead here at Daytona.
198, 199 now. Oh, people are going to start sliding up. They're going to be, oh my God, Derek Hamill.
Well, no issues yet. Still able to go 3 wide.
Yes.
No one's really tried 4 other than for a brief second.
Yeah. Whoa, where the hell?
Kenny Moma wants to go to the middle now, and that 71 thinks better of her. Tried to, but then tried to throw the block on Roberto Crown Jr.
And you see the separation, just not a big separation, but oh my God.
Crown was having none of that, though. They're decided
2-car tandem on the bottom. Steve and the 18 of Mary are 2-car tandeming on the bottom.
Well, they're trying, but they can't quite get up there. Brian James was able to get back in front. Mitchell Hodak was in the transfer spot the last lap around.
Holy crap, the 55 in the field?
For at least that last time around. He's on that inside line, though, working his way towards the front.
You know what I like on that bottom side? Jack James has found his way to the bottom. He wins this duel. That's not what anybody wants to see.
8 laps to go here in duel number 1. And the blocking is still going on. Schluter throws the block on the 27 and is going to go to the lead with the help.
Nothing like expected. TRG, R3, Kurt Shelmerdine, and Brandon Ash, the top 4 in the duels. Who thought that?
As Mary Shelley still sticking with her drafting partner there, the
71,
27.
man. Kenny Moma's not making friends, but he's getting his way to the front.
Kenny Moma's
48
going to
don't
get
do it.
turned by Crown at some point if he's not careful.
Oh, you're going to get turned by the 43.
As still 2 and 3 wide racing at Daytona. Just now 7 laps to go at the line. Schluter led the lap, although it doesn't exactly matter who wins, other than the fact that they start third.
Yeah, that could be. Oh, the bottom versus, well, it doesn't really matter. Every lane's working. 67's lost the draft. 71 trying.
As Kenny Moma trying to break up the 27 and the 18.
You gotta make your moves now. I mean, they're still doing 1-8. I'm pretty impressed with how long this run. They're still able to hit 200.
As
Lord,
Sam Schluter now going for the race lead once again. He's going to pick up help from the 27. And here comes his teammate as well. Third on that inside line, Kenny Moma. James leads, 6 to go.
TRG looking good right now.
As at the line, William Duncan was in the transfer spot in car 31.
This is going to get tense now. This is now it's go time.
He's trying to, can't even get to the right car. Isaac Flickinger is going to get past maybe for that 14th spot, or for the 13th spot, I should
43. Say. Oh, they're backing up.
Still just 2 wide for the most part. Mitchell Hodak makes it 3 wide with Roberto Crown Jr.
2-car Henry.
Henry knows he's in the field, trying to race his way in to not even have to fall back on that speed. Trey Smith Jr. trying to go to the middle, trying to get up towards the front.
Yeah, that's not really the best move in the world.
As he's trying something. Swanson's back here still. Dylan Young is back here. Charles Sanford on the outside looking in. Here comes Jack James. He's up into the top 15.
That's a sleeper right there, but it looks like the lines aren't moving too well. Oh, here comes the 55 car.
Well, Delon Abrahamian in the transfer spot for the time being. Here comes Charles Sanford trying to take that spot away from him. Sanford into the transfer spot, 3 wide.
Yeah, the 18 forced the issue on the 04 there. That was a bad move by Mary, I think.
Well, it's now Charles Sanford. Might have been Derek Hamill in the fence. It's Charles Sanford now, though, that's in the transfer spot here at Daytona.
27 in the middle. They need to race in.
Now,
God, the 70. Holy crap.
Looks like Sanford trying to pass Mary Shelley. Shelley now in the transfer spot. Here comes Chris Wilson, though, to take that 15th spot away.
You look at that, 194 off into the corner now. That's noticing that. They lifted a little bit there. Here comes the 2 of Henry.
Well, as Crown nearly up in the fence, Chris Wilson trying to pass the 18 to take one of the transfer spots away.
18's going to hook the 04 there in 2 seconds.
They keep it going in the right direction for now. It's Kenny Moma, though, in the middle. Brian James leads the field with just 4 laps to go.
This is intense, man.
3 laps to go, actually.
Yeah, they got to lay everything on the line here. Leading is Brian. My God, the 02 just chopped somebody's nose off.
It is the 05 actually still in the transfer spot. Shelley got back around at the line. But now Shelley on that outside line going to be sent back to the transfer spot.
Here comes Duncan.
Duncan leads that inside line for the time being.
God, man, the high side is not. The tires are wearing, and we're coming to 2 to go, and now you got to lay all your
cards on the table. And you get a sense that this is going to come down to a drag race for that final transfer spot. Wilson passes the 18 for now. They're side by side for the lead. At the line, 2 laps to go. Chris Wilson now into the final transfer spot.
What's the 04 got loose there off the corner? Oh, they're going to be getting more risky.
3 wide. Wilson trying to get some breathing room. He's going to try and send Kenny Moma to the transfer spot.
Yes. Oh, God. Brian James and the 02 are battling hard.
The 3 wide battle, though, is for the transfer spot right now. That final spot to race in. Mary Shelley got back in front of Wilson for the time being as they go into turn 3.
If we make it back, I'll be amazed.
Well, here they go off turn 4. White flag in the air. Yeah. Checkers or wreckers here in Gatorade Duel 1.
That's all it could be right here. And Kenny Momo 29th.
Kenny
16th.
Momo's on the outside looking in now. It's Wilson in the final transfer spot. Shelley was in, though, as they crossed the line.
Oh, looks like somebody hit the brakes in the front of this pack. I told the 71 out.
As Moma gets back in front of the 18, that puts the 71 in for now, trying to race their way into Daytona.
Oh my god, I can't believe we're still green.
I mean, we turned off cautions.
Well, I mean without a crash. Oh, 71's going to have a good momentum off this corner.
Oh boy, Shelley got back in front of the 42. Dylan Young trying to make a move, trying to do something to try and race his way in. It's going to be Brian James who races his way in, but who gets the final transfer spot? It might be Wilson. It was! Mama
No,
out
the
by inches.
The 8 car is 11th, so we take 15th, right?
Yep.
Oh, wow. Whew,
So-
that was intense. Oh my god.
So racing their way into the Daytona 500 in Duel 1, Brian James, Brett Moma, Mitchell Hodak, Henry Sanford, Alexander Rowe, Derek Hamill, William Duncan, Sam Schluter, the slowest car in qualifying, makes it in. RJ Reynolds, Steve Pollard, Jack James is already on pole. He keeps the car in one piece. He'll start there. Charles Sanford races his way in. Roberto Crown Jr., Mary Shelley, Chris Wilson, the 14 drivers who race their way in. Kenny Moma will be one of the DNQs. He just misses it by a couple of hundredths.
15 100s, yeah.
Looking at the bottom, Robert
Ryan
Pollard
George.
28 seconds back.
Rigged.
Robert Pollard is a DNQ. Kenny Moma is a DNQ. Daniel Bouchard will go home.
The 64 will most likely get it on speed.
Nick Breeding will not race in the Daytona 500.
09.
Sewell has a chance to get in on speed.
06 won't make it.
06, Trey Smith will go to the house as well to the DNQ race.
The 24 possibly.
Well, they have a chance to point in. We'll have to see what happens.
Austin in the 5 for sure.
Well, what will happen is we'll take a break here for the time being as we do the math a little bit and figure out a little bit better picture of who can and cannot make the Daytona 500 and who has to race in for Duel 2. But we'll be right back. And we're back for Duel 2 after an exciting Duel 1 that saw Brian James win it. Duel 2 starting lineup again set by the qualifying from Sunday. Colin Cropley, the outside pole sitter, gets to start on pole for Duel 2. Starting alongside Stephen Colon, who knows that he will race on speed. As also in on speed now after Duel 1, Marcus Ambrose, Bill Bragg Jr., and Juan Rodriguez. William Brock will also make up row 4 alongside the 35. Row 5 is Gene Sanford and Allison Rain. Starting with Allison Rain begins the drivers who cannot get in on speed. So Rain is one of the drivers who will have to race her way into the Daytona 500. I'll let Steven take it from here as we go through the rest of the grid.
Yeah, so the Duel 2 is usually created first when we saw a lot of action. They were pretty clean right here. And if Rick Ware Racing makes the race, I will fall off this chair. There's the car right there, the Dodge Avenger, right next to the 57. So it'll be very interesting. It looks like we have the same mix of rookies in this here. We have a couple more teammates and stuff, so it'll make it interesting. Our final row as we get back to it will be the 41 of Tim Randolph and Oscon. And after that command, I'll give my picks and a few more comments.
As let's go ahead and go trackside for the command.
Drivers, start your engines.
Command has been given. Field should roll off here momentarily.
Yeah, so a few last things. So definitely no pit stops guaranteed here. It's definitely going to be the high line's going to work every lane. You want to move your way up. Jonathan Sorline is trying to not get a record nobody wants. 4 straight DNQs at the track. He does not want to have that feat happen to him. And my pick to win today, I know people are going to get a few laughs of this, is going to be Ty Pollard. 5th in the 03 500, 13th at top 5 in the duels. Has a good track record at Daytona. Did pretty good here in the Hooters series. So just like, well, I said the 09 was going to do well and they DNQ'd. So hopefully that's not an omen for me.
Yeah, hopefully not. Who did I even pick in Duel 1? I forget.
William Duncan.
Oh, well, I mean, he raced his way in. So I'm going to go ahead and go out on a limb and go for... let's go ahead and go with Tristan Wilhoit. I think he'll be able to race his way in. He's a former Duel winner here.
And I think another
Go ahead.
underdog. Oh, I'm sorry to make a cut you off, Charles.
No, you're fine. I wasn't gonna have anything to say there.
So another one that looked at the 35 car there looks they're really fast in the practice session. That's kind of you remember Greg Sachs at 85. That's pretty much what this car is. So they got some experimental crap for Toyota on this car, and it's working out pretty well. And can Gene Sanford make another race and for another new team? So both of those cars look pretty good. So expect this car. Oh, I don't think he's gonna pull a Greg Sachs here, but he might get up there.
Well, so since we're in turn 3, here's what we'll do. This is after Duel 1, this is the list of drivers who are in this duel that now have to race their way in for one way or another. Allison Rain in the 36, Owen Miles in the 96, Matt Duncan in the 6, Will Hoyt in the 17, Stephen Pollard the 3rd in the 57, Wes McCoy the 52, Landon Smith Jr. in the 37, the 20 of Bradley Ream, Peter Onjak the 46, Kev Shear the 66, Time Pollard in the 44, Jonathan Zorlin 25. Those drivers cannot make it other than by racing their way in. As Duel 2 is green, if Cologne, Braddock, Ambrose, and Rodriguez all race their way in, then JT Bryant, William Bruck, Carter Joey, and Gene Sanford race their way in. JT Bryant, Carter Joey, the ones that have to look on nervously as they did not race their way in through Duel
1. If the 35 makes a race, we put Geico on the hood.
1. Probably not.
Damn it. Anyways, here comes Braddock Jr., who has one career win. The 28 car who started on the pole last year. Well, there he goes.
And already going for the race lead. There goes Gene Sanford making it 3 wide on the 35 into turn 3.
Yep, and Music City something on the car there.
Magden Music.
Here comes the prelude to the dream. Matt McIntyre making his debut in this series.
It's not even going to... Cropley won't even lead lap 1. Instead, it will be the 28 of Bill Braddock Jr. that leads lap 1 in a photo finish of the 87.
Yep, as Cologne stuck on the high side. It's funny enough, Marcus Ambrose is pushing his old ride.
Not that it means anything on lap 1, but the transfer spot that last time around would have been the 78 of Max Anderson.
Yeah, up there and stuff. We got 2 of the EM Carter Simo cars here, so we may see them work together.
Yeah, there's 6. Well, no, the 08 was in Duel 1.
Oh, was it?
Oh, wait, yeah, never mind, yeah, because that's right, all the cars that got locked in were in this, on points are in this one.
We got, and yeah, there is right there.
There's the 08. 60's on the
inside.
inside.
God. Somebody got forced up the hill up there. That was 87 on the turn.
Right now, though, just 2 and 3 wide, or just 2 wide at racing, it looks like, through the pack.
52 hanging into the pack. I can't believe it.
As Matt McIntyre to the race lead off turn number 2. Some other drivers watching this race nervously that could point their way in. Mitchell Collins, Delon Abrahamian, Ali Nelson, all extreme long shots, but they can still get in on points if the right set of circumstances happen. Nelson, definitely not a fan of the 96 or the 87 racing in.
That is for sure. And the 41, definitely people want a person in owner points want to see the 41 racing.
Well, yeah, that would actually be Hunter Braxton that wouldn't mind that, because if the 41 can race in, then Braxton is in on points.
And technically, 3 wide, but finding out something and looking
That's
at the thing, the
90.
Yeah, it's his bottom side here. The 96 will get help from the 20. Technically, I got to look more info into this. The 96 is part of Yates Hall of Fame Racing this year, so trying to get some help there.
We'll see if that ends up helping them at all, though. They didn't get any points out of that help, so... unfortunately for them, they do have to race their way in because their speed will not... The speed for the 96, while solid, will not be good enough to race their way in.
So yeah, teammates with the 98 and the 28. 98 already was in the first one, didn't really do much. Here comes Braddock on the bottom. That's not Braddock, that's Will Hoyt.
That is Will Hoyt in the 17.
Yep.
And out back, it is the 82 of Braxton. You have Seth Cole back here, as well as Wes McCoy.
Where's Colt 45? But anyways,
transfer spot last time around was the 44 of Time Pollard. 33 of Colin Cropley was in the 15th spot, so we wouldn't even worry about 15th right now.
Kev Shear trying not to pull a Denny Hamlin and choke his way out of the 500 here, trying to get some push from Time Pollard here.
Qualls is in the middle, 3 wide, no help for him.
The 41 car.
Yep, there's Randolph, and Owen Miles leads at the stripe.
Yep, as time he's getting pushed by the 46 car. That you will not miss that car on track.
Last time by, transfer spot was the 87 actually in 14th spot. Now Tim Randolph takes that 14th spot away from the 87 down the back straightaway. Battle of the silver cars for the transfer spot right now.
And that was Red Bull last season. Here comes the 44. 99 of Vargas trying to get help. He was in the back row of the field with Oscon too.
Kev Shear now in the middle, 3 wide as Qualls falls into this danger zone.
Woo, don't do it, Randolph.
As I think the 52 is starting to lose the pack. Juan Rodriguez brushed the wall into the tri-oval.
You got Lucy there.
3 rows of 3. Bradley Ream in the middle now. Wilhoit going to the middle. 3 wide for the lead. Here comes Pollard taking it 3 wide on Miles and Wilhoit.
Well, look who's behind them.
Yep, the 2 Pollards helping each other out on the bottom line.
Yep, 96 getting a good push from the Ford factory help from Jess there.
As now battle is for 5th basically. Here with this 3 wide.
Jack. Yeah, on Jack in the 46, moving over from RCR to Carl Long. What a move over.
Yeah, that didn't. Not probably going to be one that he was anticipating having to make, but made it either way. Tim Randolph though up in the front now. That's
nice
good news for
Pollard.
Hunter Braxton fans.
Pollard won at Talladega in 07, and I think he has another plate win somewhere. I can't remember off the top of my head. Coming up to the block in the high side.
Transfer spot last time around was the 26 of James Qualls. The 3 wide for 2nd. Wherever Onjek is where they're going to be 3 wide, though.
I think I won at Pocono, too, but I could be wrong. Don't quote me on that. Up here. Ooh, oh my God.
Pollard throws a block on Onjek.
Yeah, we're not. I don't think time's blocked for me. We don't want to end up like certain 500s over here. We don't want a big wreck.
As into the tri-oval again, Gatlin Downing got close to the wall, trying to get her way into the 500 field by racing in.
33 is in the back of the pack, so the 28's currently in the field.
Last lap around, Jonathan Sorline was in the transfer spot.
Oh, okay, yeah, 25. Sorry, I can't really read the text.
Well, the problem is, so Qualls would have been in it if we were taking top 25, but you can see Cropley in that yellow 33 in the back, not in the top 14 right now.
Yeah, Fitzwater almost in the fence up there.
Downey up on that 3rd line as well, trying to find a way to move forward through the field, but can't quite do it yet. 57 still controlling the pace up front. We didn't see this exactly happen in Duel 1.
Trying to be the Pied Piper here.
As 3 wide through most of the field right now.
Oh, it is blocking to save his life. Holy crap.
As Onjek now gets underneath the 44 for real at least, and now is going to try and get the run down the back straightaway.
God, if Pollard was on the local highway, he'll get pulled over for drunk driving, how much he's swerving.
As the 96 Owen Miles tried to pull out in front, couldn't quite get clear of the 46.
Oh, look at the bumps. Just look at the cars going up and down. Holy crap.
As here comes Onjek. Pollard thought about trying to block, but thought better of it.
Oh, he had the run. Oh, my God.
As here comes Peter Onjek to the front of the field, trying to get to the inside of the 57. Last time by, Kev Shears, car 66 in the transfer spot, side by side for the lead.
Side by side. They're swerving like Irvin over here.
And it looks like the 52 is in the process of losing the draft. So right now a 33-car main pack, and the top 14 will race on Sunday, guaranteed.
Who the slowest speed was what? Tim Randolph, and he's coming to the lead, just like
well,
Schuler.
Slowest in this duel.
Yeah, Schuler did the same thing as he's doing. Whatever.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, his name.
As
3
by 3, Allison Rain trying to find a line. She gets to the bottom.
Yep. Oh my God, this is insanity. I'm just telling you. Look how close they are running. 3 by 3 by 3 by 3.
3 wide for the lead. Here comes Vargas.
Where the hell did he come from? And here comes Guitar Hero Man himself.
Samedos Khan. So the 3 slowest in this duel are all running in the top 5 right now.
You didn't expect to say that.
Is not even yet to halfway. The last time by, Bradley Ream was in the transfer spot in car 20.
And this is, oh my God, they're just moving around the lot. 99 can't hold the bottom.
Nope. That might open the door for Ozcon if he's not careful.
This is intense. This is what happens when you have 2 cars without the 75 or 67 to affect the pack.
As now going to be 3x3 again for the lead.
Ozcon won the one car, won the duel in 07. So trying to get another duel win.
As I don't know where Cropley was. I saw him at the back of this pack. Maybe he's trying to ditch it, basically. No,
Yeah,
he's not. He's still in it.
Yeah, he's going to need a new pair of Cheerios pretty soon.
As here comes Jonathan Zorline now to the front of the field.
He does not want to join his 3 other Hendrick teammates in the D&Q race of 28 cars, so he's racing hard.
As coming to the line.
Oh my
still
God.
3x3. It's Shelton near the wall. Zorline leads the lap across the line. The transfer spot would have been the 47 of Marcus Ambrose.
Oh my God, one slip up, that's all it takes. We see Matt Duncan and his new paint scheme coming the bottom with UPS.
Yep, that 6 silver UPS Ford right there on the inside line. You see Ambrose there. That was 14th last time by. Who knows who's going to be 14th this time by, as there's still 3x3x3x3x3x3 all the way through this field.
Well, Brett Hill trying to come up here and not use owner points again to the field, trying to race his way actually in the field, doing a great job for him right now.
As Cropley now in that middle of the 3 wide as well. He's on the low line.
Jean Sanford has never missed a 500. She's in the back right now. She's got to get to the bottom side.
Well, that
4
was,
wide.
oh boy, 4 wide. This ain't good. This ain't going to be good. Brett Hill's in that. He's got no one helping him.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
So, there
we go. Oh my God, how? Oh, okay, what?
Oh, there it goes down.
There we
The
go.
99 gets hit.
Oh, we saw that come. Watch out for the 52. Where's the
Braxton's
52?
in it.
Where's the 52?
Oh.
God. Oh my God, Rick Ware through the grass!
There's the 52.
Through the grass!
Maybe we should have also had a caution for these. I don't know.
Every race we had a couple races last year we had were crazy. And we would just have, it would be more of a mess then.
Sorry.
Well, that happened. Duel 2 is always the craziest, and...
So, Samet Ozcon through all that is in the lead. Zorline is second. Pollard is third. It is Logan Alexander and Matt Duncan battling for the 4th spot, as Seth Cole is now in 6th.
Who caused the wreck.
Ambrose is in 7th. Allison Rain 8th. Brock is 9th. Randolph is in 10th. Brett Hill's 11th. Actually, I could have just thrown a manual caution, too, if I wanted to. Damn it. I didn't think about that. Jeff James on Jack. There's Time Pollard. He is, I think, in the transfer spot. Will Hoyt was on pit lane.
Oh, he's in... Man, that's bad. Rick Ware is not in the field yet.
No. This is the battle for 15th. These guys need to try and get working together so that they can catch the 44.
The 33rd and 33 is 20th, so he's out of that.
There's
SHR.
There's Qualls. He's catching up to the 60.
I didn't even see Rick Ware anywhere.
Well, he was driving through the smoke with Wes McCoy.
Yeah.
So now Qualls and Downey pick up drafting help. There's Juan Rodriguez, so he's not going to raise his way in.
Will Hoyt.
Shelton's got damage to the 21.
Yep.
So she's going to have to kind of hope that she can point her way in. She's still actually passing Fitzwater, though. So that means Fitzwater must have some damage. Braxton was spinning. There's Stephen Colon, Landon Smith Jr., and there's Gene Sanford, who is off the pace.
It looks like they caught somebody. I think there's 2 cars only out.
Meanwhile, Stephen Pollard third has gotten the race lead. Vargas is the only one out of the race.
Oh, that's
Logan Alexander, Allison Rain have caught up to this, and now we've got a
pack
pack forming again.
Yep.
Which is not good news for these guys right here.
No, not
Unless
at all.
the 44 loses the draft. which...
Well, they might have lap cars too. You never know.
Meanwhile, Logan Alexander going for the race lead.
Allie, here comes Allie. Won a couple dual wins last year for Allie, so trying to be Brock, who won a race last year.
Her main concern is just racing in first. Like, she doesn't need the dual win. She just needs to keep the car in one piece at this point.
Tim Randolph in the field. That is what people want to see. Oh, God. Gene Sanford's going to be in the way.
Yep.
Well, if there was a caution anyways, this would have been an issue anyways!
We'll have to see if the 87 can get up to minimum speed. Otherwise, officials might have to black flag the car. We'll have to wait and see.
Well, 44 has now caught the pack because of that, and they're gonna wreck because oh my God, the Gene Sanford, Jesus. Well, this would have happened either which way.
Yeah, and that 87's not getting up to speed. Yeah. So we'll have to see what officials decide to do about that one. Meanwhile, Allison Rain now with a huge lead over William Brock and Jeff James. Ambrose is currently looking like he'll be able to race his way in.
Good job for Ambrose for them. That team right there, Eugene actually drove for last season, ironically enough, helping them. Somebody had an issue.
Or Pitt. Oh, Juan Rodriguez with issues. So, looks like he will have to fall back on his speed, which does mean that the 87 would have had to race in.
Oh, that's enough. And this is more Fs.
Yep. So, looks like Gene not up to speed. They're going to have to figure out what they want to do there. Meanwhile, the big pack right here has caught Stephen Colon and Landon Smith Jr. And there goes Brock to the lead. As I don't know if we've lost Steven. Now 37.9 trying to get by or get out of the way, basically. Steven, are you there? We'll try and fix this out. Okay, we got all the gremlins worked out.
Yeah, I don't know what happened there.
Ambrose has got a huge lead now over the field. As Will Hoyt throws the block, and they've already come down to pit lane. We'll have to see what officials do here. As 17 still has damage to the hood.
Yep. Oh my God.
As now, some new faces are up in the top 14.
Yeah, that's for sure.
I think as Owen Miles tries to catch the 6. This is for the transfer spot here.
Yep. They're going up the hill. What the hell are they doing?
That was because 17 was having to serve something there.
Yep. And they're catching someone.
Well, no,
that's Ambrose.
They're catching Ambrose. So looks like we'll have to wait and see what happens. As there's the top 4.
Yep. Oh, God. 6 laps to go here.
And how much will lap traffic play a factor?
Yep.
As Logan Alexander now passes Stephen Paul III. And
the transfer spot is
Kev might be in there. Well, Miles was the transfer spot.
Now, who fell out? Because it looks like the whole pack
Zorline might have. We've got a pack now for that 14th and final spot at least.
Jeff James is there too. Jeff was up in the front of the field.
Matt Duncan is in the transfer spot right now. So on the outside looking in, you have Jeff James, Bradley Ream, Max Anderson, Jonathan Zorline, Bill Bragg Jr.
The only car I think they might catch again is the 87 because that car was slower than 2/10 of dirt.
Yeah, it kind of was. We'll have to wait and see. They might be fine. So they might be able to leave the 87 out there. Who knows?
Well, that's 20-mile-per-hour difference right there, so I'll be surprised if they don't catch him. 36 car.
Allison Rain now to the lead. We'll let
Here comes the backpack.
A little bit. So we'll follow kind of this battle for 14th. Anderson to the inside line. Duncan had the transfer spot. It's now held by Jeff James that last lap around.
Yep, and that's what some people want to see, Jeff James making the field.
Although Samet Özkan now actually in that transfer spot. Zorline takes the spot away from him and hands it over to Owen Miles in the 96.
Yeah, Zorline wants to be a better teammate than Ali last year, trying to actually help the 88 make the race.
Well, technically, if they wanted to be helping each other, really what they should do is have the 88 behind the 25. Because the 88's already in, the 25 is not.
Well, knocking out the Kev Shear triggerness is definitely helping.
As that time around, Allison Rain continues to lead, and the transfer spot was held by Seth Cole, and Bill Bragg Jr.'s already taken that away from him.
Did they catch somebody up there? Because they're forming up there.
As Kev Shear now falls to the transfer spot, as they are, though they caught the 17.
Oh, God. That's going to bring them back to this.
Is going to have to wait and see what happens now. Who gets through, who doesn't. This is really hurting Jonathan Zorline, though.
And the Hendrick fleet.
Here comes Brett Hill.
17 making no friends here. Woohoo!
Yikes.
Well, that's one way to be a jerk.
Is going to block Jeff James, Jonathan Zorline, and Seth Cole. Kev Shear loses out on that as well.
They're going to catch one more car, I think.
Yeah. They're still getting held up behind the 17.
Oh, my God. Well, somebody hit the wall, looks like. That's because nope, they didn't hit the wall.
They did catch... Well, they are catching the 87. Stephen Pollard third now has gone back to the race lead.
Yes, Pollard trying to get one of his first ever dual wins. As
I
think they're going to get...
Owen Miles is in the transfer spot as they come to 2 to go.
Yeah, the 87's going to be a factor in this race.
Yeah, most likely.
08 car to the lead, but are they going to survive the freaking 87? There they are, they're caught her.
Well, yeah, they will, because at least the main group will.
Oh my God!
It's going to be Anderson's group that kind of gets held up a little bit. Gene just trying to get out of the way.
Don't come down, Gene. Don't come down. That is not going to help out these two guys right here at all. Oh, they're trying. Well, okay, Gene.
Well, Bragg's already
something
in the field.
Well, this is going to help the 7.
Ream back into this. Or, sorry, Brett Hill, I mean. Bradley Ream now gets knocked out of the field as Brett Hill takes the transfer spot away. And that does help Zorline, Seth Cole, and Kev, as well as Jeff James, as they all get around the 87 just fine.
Wait, the 20... Wait, what spot are we locking in 14th?
It's right now the top 14. Brett Hill holds that 14th spot. Can these drivers get a run?
20 needs to get that. I think he needs to race it, but look at his pack.
The leaders have caught the 37 and the 9 again.
Wow, they're really slow. 08 car is going to win the race. I don't know what the hell is going on here.
Yeah, he will. So Logan Alexander is going to win Duel 2.
I don't know who's going to race it now because they're going like 20 miles per hour.
Well, we go back to where the 96 was. It is going to be Brett Hill.
Barely. He almost got... Oh, wow. They almost passed him.
Well, they came up about 0.2 shy.
You know what's funny? The 08 car, second straight dual win for the 08 team with a new driver. Tim Randolph, last the second.
So, racing their way into through Duel 2, Logan Alexander, Tim Randolph, Stephen Pollard III, Allison Rain, Peter Onjek, Time Pollard, William Brock, Samet Özkan, Owen Miles, Max Anderson, Matt Duncan, Marcus Ambrose, Bill Bragg Jr., and Brett Hill.
Hey, despite the crash, we still had 19 cars under 2 seconds.
Yeah, and the important part for Colin Cropley is the car stayed in one piece.
My final thoughts? It was interesting. Of course, one duel is always going to be more action-packed than the other. Even with a caution, those cars would have been in the way. Even worse so, because then we'd have a split pack. Good job by Brett Hill. Almost got there at the end. All the Hendrick cars did not make the top 14. It's going to be a long season for Hendrick. Wes McCoy, despite going through the grass at 180, finished 21st ahead of LeDuc. It's going to be a long season for LeDuc.
Well, the one thing I will say is, had they done it, they would have had a chance to maybe repair the cars a little bit better.
Yeah, but last year it kind of worked with
It's a
some of the
work in
finishes.
progress.
Yeah, so Kev Shear misses another. Well, he can't wreck the field and cause a three-way checker this year at least. Yeah, so it looks like it's going to be interesting. 500. It's going to be 50 laps like it's been the last 2 years. So we're going to have at least one pit stop. Maybe we hope we don't see a four-wide wreck because that wreck with the 99 was with a rookie driver. Logan Alexander and the 08 teams. Carter Semo looking to leave off what they did last year with the Mary. And that's what the field wants to see, the 08 and the 41 in the field, because we're going to see some people higher in the owner points or lower, I should say, make the race.
Yeah, so what that does is all 3 drivers that had a past champion provisional do race their way in, so we will take an extra spot on points.
Wow. How about that? 34th and 33rd in the grid races into the field. Now, that is impressive.
Well, yeah, so of this duel. We'll have to wait and see how it all pans out, and I'm sure that the officials will work on the process of how they will handle the slower cars as we go forward, and it'll be no problem by the end of the year. We'll have to wait and see, though, what they decide to do. But congrats to Logan Alexander and Brian James on winning the duels. Leave a comment, leave a like if you enjoyed. Subscribe if you haven't today for more gaming and racing related content. Leave a comment either in the Premiere chat if you're watching there, in the comment section down below, or on Discord, just to let me know you guys watch and all that good stuff, because that all helps. But
Yeah.
for Stephen Paul III, I'm Grand Fan 1, and this has been a production of the NRSL. We'll see you guys next time.
We got 3 cars in the 500. Let's go.